the more work I do on myself, I hate him less. That says so much.
It really does. Hello, my name is Mrs. Melanin.
And I'm Belief Mel.
And we're here with episode 269 of How Married Are You?
Okay, my name Belief is Yvette. We married 15
years.
In California, we got four
kids.
Relationship scary is very necessary. We share love struggles. We ask how married are you? Every Tuesday and Thursday, shoddy. If you're listening, you're in the wedding party. It's okay if you want to put your hands up. You got the questions, we got the answers.
It's chocolate baby story time.
Chocolate baby story time.
It's chocolate baby story time.
1, 2, 3, and
it's chocolate baby story time.
All right, you want to talk about it?
There's so many things. There's so many things.
Let's just do one.
Okay.
What's the one that's most highest on your mind right now?
Theo. Can I just talk about him? I'm going to tell two stories about Theo because there's two things on top of my mind. So Glenn and I are doing a cleanse this week. Is it 7 days or 10 days? I don't know. A 7-day cleanse. And the first 2 days of the cleanse are purely juicing. And so yesterday I spent the day juicing all of the drinks for the next 2 days or whatever. And Theophilus is like, you and Dad doing that cleanse again? And I was like, yeah. He's like, so you're probably going to be in a bad mood for the next 2 days? And I said, my patience might be a little bit more short, but I'm going to try my best to be good. But he's like, okay, I just want to prepare my heart basically. And I was like, bruh, I cannot with him. But then also this morning, so for they do a homeschool enrichment program. And on the days they're gone, it's just me and Glenn home with Lily. And usually Lily is the boys' responsibility. Like they feed her, they clean up her poop, they do all the things. On the days of the week that they are gone, Theo will come back home and he'll be like, did you feed Lily today? And more times than not, the answer is no, I have not. So this morning before he left for enrichment, he wrote notes all throughout the house. Have you seen them? They're everywhere. And he's like, feed Lily. Is it 12 o'clock? Lily's probably hungry. Feed Lily. It was.
Those are the notes?
Yeah, you didn't see them. You didn't read them?
I only saw one.
Oh my gosh. It's funny.
Yeah. It's so funny because they don't feed the dog when they're supposed to. Or at least Uriah doesn't.
Theo does a pretty good job.
Theo does a good job of it. But Uriah, man. And he was trying to. Uriah was so goofy because he was trying to get his sticky note to stick and it wouldn't stick anywhere because he was stuck touching the sticky part. So it kept falling off. Like, bro, if you don't get out of here.
Oh, Uriah left a note too?
Yeah, he was leaving notes too.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. Welcome Black. Look, man, we are here consistently for a long time. We've been doing this for a long time. 8 years. But for the past 6, 7, 8 months, we've been cooking out these episodes. We really want to come back. Our regular schedule is Tuesdays and Thursdays, shoddy. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're supposed to give you an episode. But we only give you one. And the reason why is because we aren't really profitable on this podcast. Mm-hmm. We don't have any ads, as you guys probably see. We don't have any ads. We're just kind of rocking and moving along. But it would be really dope to get some support from you guys on Patreon. Now, we're trying to get to 1,000 patrons, and I think we should change it to 500. I think we should, because
Glenn believed in y'all. I ain't going front. I was thinking 1,000 was a lot. I was like, I don't know if we can get 1,000 of our listeners to sign up for Patreon. You guys can try to prove me wrong, but I was like, let's start small.
How many we got now? Why don't you check real quick? So look, we want to get to 1,000 patrons. When we get to 1,000 patron supporters, then
you
we'll bring
500? I thought you were changing it to 500.
Let's see where we at.
We're at 100. We have 292. But we're only at 115 who pay.
Let's drop it down to 500. Anyway, so we're dropping it down to 500. When we get to 500 patrons, that's easy. Okay.
Should we drop it down to 250?
No.
300?
No, baby. It's 2 days a week. That's a lot. We're already doing the mentor couple thing, which is already taking a lot of time.
Okay.
All right, so
I have something to say when you're done.
okay, 500 patrons. When we get to 500, we've changed it. You will be getting 2 episodes a week. That's Tuesdays and Thursdays. And you get a lot of extra bonus content anyway. So we post, like we did a live on Aisha Curry situation. I'm also going to post anything, like any long form, super long form content that we have for Belief in Fatherhood is going to go on there as well. Like I've been working on this camping trip vlogs, crazy. But it's like an hour long. But it's really, really like action packed. So you're going to get that. And then, support us there. And if you are in a relationship or thinking about getting a relationship, or you like somebody so much that you kind of dumb, you like them so much, you like her so much that you're losing all your wits about you. Make sure you sign up for the Premarital Advantage. Okay, this is anybody pre-married. So if you are dating, in a relationship, you like somebody a lot, take this course. It's going to help you have the best information and ask the best questions before you commit. This will hurt your feelings, but you won't get your heart broken. And that's what we're trying to save here. So please make sure you sign up for that at howmarriedareyoupodcast.com. And yeah,
I was going to add on to the whole Patreon thing. I think we edited it out of when I said it on the podcast, but originally I was planning on changing the price of Patreon membership come Black Friday, after Black Friday. However, we have decided that we're not going to do that. What I am going to do though, and I think it's live right now, is open up opportunities for you to give more than the minimum, if that makes sense. So right now it's $5 a month to be a part of our Patreon community. I'm going to open it up to broaden the options for anyone who wants to be a blessing to what we have going on here. You guys, we have dreams of, wait, I don't want to speak before. Am I speaking? Is this still our dream?
I don't know who dreaming right now. I know I'm awake.
We have goals and ambitions. If you are one of the people who came to How Married Are You Live back in 2023, that event was it was wonderful. It was a really good time. And we want to grow it into something that happens annually. However, we just don't have the means to do that. And so a part of supporting us on Patreon pours into us being able to do things like that as well. And when we do have events and retreats and gatherings and all the things, it is also an option for you to get a discount to those things being a part of the Patreon community. So I just want to reiterate that we love pouring into you guys on a weekly basis, and we want to do more. So that is what your support goes to.
Yeah, and also last year we did a couples mastermind, which was really dope at a Savannah Resort and Spa, and we just took about five couples, I think, and we all went up and just loved on each other, cared about each other, gave each other advice. It was really, really dope. And so more opportunities like that will be coming up, but we're actually mentoring hopefully the couples that will be going to those next time, you know, in addition to some of the influencer and celebrity couples that come out to these events. The couples that we're mentoring in, which is on Saturdays.
This upcoming
Saturday, yeah.
And
not for them, but yeah.
Yeah.
For us. So yeah, anyway, welcome back. Let's get into this email, babe.
Yes, the title is Try Again? ? Hi, Yvette and Glenn. I hope you both are doing well. Thank you for taking the time to read my letter. I apologize in advance for how long this is, LOL. My question is, should I try again with my son's dad? It is a long email. I just want to give you guys a thing about that. So Glenn is going to take notes for the people who just want the cliff notes and don't want to listen to this whole email.
So fast forward to the next chapter if you're on YouTube.
Yeah. Fast forward to the next chapter. I am a 30-year-old solo mom. Saying single feels weird because most people assume I don't have a supportive co-parent. I dated my son's dad, 31, off and on for 5 years before we consistently dated in 2020. The off and on was completely on me. I left every time because it didn't feel right. Somehow, we would reach out and continue where we left off. After a lot of therapy, I realized I had issues that were also triggered when I was with him. He was the first man I had been with who was in touch with and in control of his emotions. He also cared about mine and was very gentle with me. He also expressed his intentions to marry me every time we would get together. He was very sure about me, and in turn, I was very unsure about him. I had daddy issues and a skewed view of what masculinity represented. Context. I got married at 18 to a verbally abusive, crazy man. We dated for about a year before we got married and were actively married for 30 days. Before I found out he was cheating and I left him. Though he never hit me, he eventually threatened my life on more than one occasion, and I lived in fear of him for years to follow. He refused to divorce me and became volatile when I would bring it up. We went our separate ways, and I met and began dating my son's dad shortly after. Fast forward, it's 2020, I'm 25, and my son's dad, then my 26-year-old boyfriend, and I are dating seriously. He brings up marriage again. He knew I was still married, and I knew it was time to get this divorce settled once and for all. We were together for almost 2 years by the time the divorce finalized.
Wait. Goodness gracious.
It's not that much.
I'm taking notes. Hey. Man, she was married for 30 days. That's it. And then
she was married for 30 days actively, but married for at least 2 years.
So she got married early. All right, she got married early.
18 years old.
And then at 18. Okay, that's what I was missing. 18. And
he was abusive and crazy. She called him.
Got it. Emotional abuse. Got it. Go ahead.
He knew I was still married and I knew it was time to get this divorce settled once and for all. We were together for almost 2 years by the time the divorce finalized. We had a rough year in 2021. I questioned him about his sexuality.
Whoa.
No proof, just never dated such a gentle man before.
Oh my God.
He then became insecure. It was also a pain point for him because he had expressed to me in vulnerability that he had been questioned before about that earlier in his life. Then I went through his phone and saw a recent exchange with him and an ex. The thread didn't say too much, but she had been to his place recently, and that was enough for me. I became angry and disrespectful. He promised it was nothing, but I couldn't trust him after that. I started to entertain other guys, and he went through my phone. He confronted me, and we were in a rocky place. I became pregnant about 3 months after that. 2022 we had our son. Moved into a new place together. I quit my job because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, and we did all this at once. Literally moved in the week of giving birth.
Hold on, dang. She quit her job. Oh my gosh. Stay at home. All right.
Literally moved in the week of giving birth. I couldn't handle the issues we swept under the rug. Being a new mom, recovering from a C-section, nursing, and living with a messy man that I didn't trust.
Messy? He's messy.
He must be messy.
He messy. Oh, he like
mess.
Not clean.
Yeah, just
he messy.
Not tidy.
All right.
All of the mental load of the household was on me. Planning doctor's appointments, meal planning, cooking, cleaning, everything that had to do with the baby. Including,
Hold on. She's a stay-at-home mom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Including staying up late nights and all the next day. And though he paid the bills, I was the one making the payments online and delegating what got paid when. We did talk about this, and he tried to help me out, but he would fall off after 2 weeks, and we would have to discuss it all over again. Depressed was an understatement. Sex was off the table and had been off the table since my second trimester. At the time, I had become repulsed by him. I didn't want to have sex, so I had to admit to him that I wasn't attracted to him. That caused more insecurity to build within him, and at this point, he seemed unhappy as well. We went to couples counseling shortly after, and things improved. We started going on dates and having sex again. We were happy-ish. Then he started going to school, which took up the little time he did have on weeknights. Less time together and less help with our baby on top of old unresolved issues. Caused resentment to begin building up inside me. Counseling was helpful, but another rift happened. As I was using his old MacBook, his old text messages from the year prior popped up. He was speaking sexually and trying to get a girl to come over to his place while I was pregnant. I lost my mind. I was disrespectful and brought up hurtful things from his past. He admitted that he invited her over because he was weak and insecure, but said he didn't do anything with her because he knew he was wrong. I left with our son and we stayed at my mom's house for a few months. My son's dad and I tried to work it out for about 6 months after that. We broke up for good after yet another phone incident. I promise I didn't intentionally find these things the last 2 times. I was praying at both times for things to be revealed to me because something felt off. He was texting some girl from work. The thread was freshly deleted, but from what was left, they were speaking casually. The fact that he was speaking to another woman at night and deleting the text looked shady.
Yeah, hella.
I agree. I didn't lose it this time because I was exhausted from the whole thing. We spent more of the relationship working through issues than we spent enjoying each other. I spoke with him calmly and told him I was done. He, to my surprise, agreed that we should break up. We lived together until the lease was up, staying in separate rooms for about 3 months. That was the end of 2023. We've been co-parenting since then. He has expressed that he wants to get back together every now and again for the last 2 years. I have been so sure that I would never get back with that man because of the pain and anger I have been holding on to. I started dating quickly after the breakup, but I realized even faster that I needed to heal first. I date here and there now, but my standards are changing drastically. Over the last year, however, I have seen that the more work I do on myself, the less I hate him, and the more I see where I messed up. We have discussed and argued about our relationship a few times since 2023 and gained better perspectives. I battle and have been battling with being a fool for him and have been questioning my intentions ever since I started to entertain the idea of getting back with him. I've asked myself and prayed on whether it stemmed from familiarity, loneliness, the desire to have a family, or because I actually want him. So far, the answers have changed, and up until now, it has been all of the above except the last. I'm just afraid we have a cycle that is unbreakable. Maybe he's a lesson that I need to just learn and get over. Maybe our internal triggers and issues have gotten in the way of our love story. The main thing I care about is my son's protection in all of this. I want him to see his parents happy and being loved properly, even if it means they aren't together. However, I also want him to know that we both tried our best to make it work. Me and my son's dad come from broken homes and have a strong desire to not repeat history. Also, he has abandonment wounds from his mom and dad that I have played a part in triggering. I feel like things were going well until I rocked the boat at the beginning of our relationship. Context. We were raised Christian, but are not religious anymore. We consider ourselves spiritual. However, this year I did begin reading the Bible again and felt called to go back to church. I've been attending a new church for a couple of weeks now, and I really enjoy it. I always have believed in God, just didn't align with the church for a while. I'm not sure what I am doing right now. I'm just listening to God's nudges. Anyway, I would really appreciate your opinion on what you feel would be best. I know you don't know us personally or his side of things, but I'm curious on what you would tell us if we decided to try again. What we should be discussing prior to moving forward. I know now that I would not live with him or any man again until we are married. I also have been practicing celibacy, but honestly, it's just a means of self-protection. Sex can complicate and taint things, and I deserve more than just that. Do you think I'm being too forgiving? Do you think it's worth trying again? Is this normal? Should I just leave well enough alone since we make much better co-parents than being mates? Am I just being dumb? LOL. Thank you for your time. Genuinely, I appreciate you both, and I really enjoy your podcast. Warmly and with love.
Wow. Cliff notes. 30-year-old female, 31-year-old male. She was in an abusive relationship at 18, emotionally abusive. They were married for 30 days, and she had those issues that she got from her decisions. She inherited issues from her father, so she's got daddy issues big time. Okay. This guy, the 30-year-old male, was good to her emotionally, and so good to her that she even questioned his sexuality because she couldn't understand why he was so in touch with his emotions. Unfortunately, though, she looked through his phone and found out, this was early in a relationship, that he was texting some girl, and then this thing got me tired. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I have enough substance.
Your cliff notes aren't.
I don't know if I have enough substance to get through this, but I'm gonna try my best. But these are all the main points. She found out he was texting somebody, the person that she was snooping, and then they got into it. Sooner or later after that, they had a baby. Now they got a baby, and they are really great co-parents together, but she doesn't trust him. At some point, she became a stay-at-home mom and decided that she would be a...
The same week she gave birth to the baby, she moved in with this man and quit her job and became a stay-at-home mom.
Right.
He started taking care of the home, paying the bills.
And she was doing all the messy housework and all that stuff and making sure the bills were getting paid.
And they were not married at this point. 2 months, or during her second trimester, they stopped having sex.
Yeah. And then, it's just been rocky ever since then. And one of the key things she said was, now that they have been talking for the past 2 years and like co-parenting, he always asks for them to get back together. And she says the more work she does on herself, the less she hates him. She's been going back to church. She's trying to figure out.
She moved in with her mom. They eventually broke up. She moved in with her mom.
And now she's trying to figure out if she can get back together with him, or she well enough alone.
Mm-hmm. That was decent. Let us know in the comment section below. Do y'all appreciate these cliff notes, or do you be listening to the full email anyway?
Listen, I don't care. I'm working on my oratory skills. Okay, that was tough.
Do you? I'm just gonna point out my own issues right now.
That's fine.
Because sometimes, like, Glenn will be like, "Oh, I'm gonna communicate this to so and so, or I'm gonna do whatever," or he's right now narrating this thing, and then I let him do it. Not let him, but then he does it. And then I'm like, man, I would have said that right. So differently.
He didn't do that exactly how I wanted him to do it. And how was he supposed to do it? Because he doesn't have my brain. How am I supposed to know how you want me to do it?
I just hate that about me. Like, it's something that really frustrates me, and I want to get past it, but every time it happens, I just don't get past it. I'm like, dang.
And you know, it's going to be somebody in the comments, nah, girl, he ain't even try. Y'all petty, man. I can't stand y'all for real, man. Sign up for Patreon.
Somebody in the comment section should put a summary of the email, and then we'll pin it.
Nah, man.
We'll pin the comment.
It was fine. It was just messy. It was just messy.
Okay, so let's get back to this email. This is a lot. It is a lot. First of all, to the young lady writing in, I just want to say I'm so proud of you. I think that
you proud of her?
I am. I think that she acknowledges that there were a lot of missteps that got her to this point, but now she is acknowledging the necessity of doing the internal work in order to show up better in her relationships. And she's seeking wisdom. She's seeking,
that's good.
You know, whatever. So regardless, I just want to say I'm proud of you, because I think that so many of us, I just saw a post recently. I can't remember. I might have to look it up before this podcast is over. But it was like, you know, we sometimes get so comfortable in our mess or in like not doing the work that it's just not done. That's not it. That wasn't the post.
What?
That wasn't the post. I can never see. I'm not good at summarizing.
Yeah, see, you got something on your lip. That's people. Crazy.
But
that was terrible. And I didn't even know what it said. I just know it wasn't that.
It wasn't that. But I'm just saying, like, so many people are just living in this. They're experiencing the same type of dysfunction in different relationships, and they fail to acknowledge that they are the common factor in these relationships. And so I don't know. I just think it should be commended that she is doing the work, and she's realizing now. I don't even know where to start, really.
I think that her immediately addressing the fact that she had like issues with her father is really important, and I think it's great for her to know that. I think it's great for him to know that as well. There is a level of work that is required, that the other person who you're with is going to have to be signed up for that work as well. And helping you redeem what it is you respect about him, and like detaching that from your experience with your father. I think sometimes, even in my watching Yvette mother, it can trigger a mother wound for me. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it will be like, dang, man, like it's not hard. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to have self-control. It's not, you know what I mean? But you got to think, also, you know, from the other perspective, it's like, dang, like I really am hurting. I'm still hurting from this. And that person can just be a trigger for you. And I don't know if all that is worth redeemed. Like all that trauma you have is supposed to be fixed with this relationship. I'm going to just say that off top, right? It seems like she's working really hard on herself. And because of the history, it seems like there is something to redeem there because he's a good man or whatever, you know? I really, this line right here spoke so big to me. The more work I do on myself, I hate him less. That says so much.
It really does.
Right? Because it's not like the more work I do on myself, I love him more. I realize that I'm the problem somewhat. It's I hate him less. That ain't a reason to get with somebody. That's not a reason to work it out, baby.
Yeah.
That's not it. That's not what you want to say. And I understand that can grow into love, but that ain't even a seed. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a very like hard truth. The more I work on myself, I hate him less. I think for me, what I would love to see is you rediscover, you know, a standard of love for yourself and like what that really means for you away from men. You know, what does like there's so much happening here because even when she started talking about, well, I want our son to know that we tried. Like, don't do that to that baby. Like, don't put the baby in there as if the baby needs to see something like that. Like the baby needs to know when there's a problem and you can't trust somebody, it's okay to walk away from that. You know what I mean? Like the baby needs to know that. What do you think?
I know my eyes started doing something. Don't read too much into it.
I'm reading into it.
Well, yeah. There is a level, there is definitely a I say the statement again.
The more work I do on myself.
No. What you just said about the baby.
I think the baby should not be thought about when it comes to like, I want him to know we tried. That's putting a lot of pressure on who you're trying to prove it to and what you're doing it for.
Yeah, I think that it's really important when we do things like you're saying that we assess our motives. And I think the thing here is you two are not married. You were in a dating relationship, and so there is that covenant that you do not have with one another. However, you did create life together. And so there is going to be the responsibility of co-parenting for the rest of your life with this person. And so I think that for me, if I were to give you any kind of advice, because you said that you're also still dating, and I don't know, maybe you're ready to do that. But for me, I think that it's worth focusing on yourself while maybe committing to like a year of no dating. And like just really focusing on these triggers and these wounds, because sometimes what happens is I think we're like working on something in ourselves, and then we find somebody or something to kind of like make us feel better about those things as we're working on it. And so the depth of the work becomes less. Does that make sense? Do you think that aligns? This is just me speaking. Of course, I'm not a licensed therapist or anything like that, but I just feel like sometimes it's kind of like me, for example. Let's just do this. I like to work out, right? I'll work out and do whatever, and I have like feelings about how I feel in my skin and what I want to, whatever. But I will still succumb to my sugar addiction because it makes me feel good. But because I'm working out, it's okay because the two counteract each other. You know what I mean? At least I'm not getting bigger. I'm either maintaining or losing or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if I could just fully get rid of the sugar, then I would start to see certain goals being met. And so I feel like when we allow ourselves to really like get in, like ankle knee deep into the work that we need to get into and focus on that, we experience much more growth and we're able to show up in those relationships better. And so if I were to sit with you, I feel like there are some questions that I would ask and some things just to get a better idea of how you're doing and how far you've come and whatnot and so forth. But I think my initial advice would be like, continue seeking the Lord, reading your Bible. I don't know if you're in therapy. I know you've done couples counseling with him, but I don't know if you're in your own individual therapy. I would say continue with that and just focus on being the best version, the healthiest version of you. I think that in doing that, you're going to hear from the Lord about how to move forward with him. Now, if it is a desire that you have in order to be in relationship with this man, then my opinion, my thoughts are that if he desires the same thing, then you guys need to come together and develop a plan. Now, it's not saying that you're in a relationship with each other or whatever the case may be, but it's more so saying like, I'm committed to doing my work over here. Are you committed to doing your work over there? And what does that look like? How can we hold each other accountable, or who can we seek out to hold us accountable in our individual healing journey? And then maybe a year from now, and I know everyone grows and develops at different points or whatever, but a year from now, let's see where we are and like have that conversation. Do we want to move forward together? If so, who's going to be our couple mentor? What couples therapy or counseling are we going to go through in order to move in the direction of reconciliation? Because in my opinion, like, your child seeing the like off and on and tug of war and all that, I just don't know if it's worth it. I think that if you guys are doing a really good job co-parenting right now, then you should continue doing that. If that child is being well taken care of, like with you guys as a unit, the way you work as a unit, I think, what did she say? Leave what's well enough alone.
Yeah. Can I add?
Yeah.
I think that, for me, what I see in your words is a lot of detail. And a lot of detail comes with a lot of memory. And a lot of memory comes with a little bit of unforgiveness, I would say. Now, that's coming from somebody who keep all the receipts, right? So probably look in the mirror on that one. But I would say that it seems to me that you are not making a conscious decision to forgive him and let it go, right? You don't trust him. He is messy. I hate him less. Like the words, how you're describing him, I don't know if he has given you anything to forgive, right? Like he hasn't given you anything to put hope in. So the words I would be looking to hear if I were you in this relationship, I would be looking for him to say, you have no reason to trust me. I'll spend the rest of my life proving that you can. I want to be with you no matter what it takes, no matter who's around, not just for our son, because I love you and you make me a better man. I want to be with you. That's what it's going to take. If I'm thinking like this is what I'd like to hear on a consistent basis with proof and behavior to back it up.
But what about from his end?
That's what I'm talking about.
No.
Oh, what
she's saying to him.
I don't know what she needs to say to him. Because one, she didn't, even though she didn't trust him, coming in, she didn't trust him, right? Because she had issues. But he gave her more to see. I knew I shouldn't have trusted you. I knew you were going to try to play me, just like my dad did, just like he did. So he's the one that screwed up initially, in my opinion, even though she went snooping through his phone. But call it women's intuition, working out. For once. I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there because y'all intuition don't really be really rocking like that. I'm just saying because you know what I'm saying.
So when she asked the question, do you think I'm being too forgiving? You don't necessarily think she's forgiven him.
No. I don't think so. I think you are understanding what you could have done better, and you should use that knowledge to move forward and step into a new relationship, unless you can have the maturity to wipe his slate clean and say, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make this thing work. And forgiving you, letting it go, blah, blah, blah. It's all on you. You got to be the one to do that. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not saying now, I don't know what's in your heart or what you guys have communicated deeply. I think you gave excellent information. You gave us enough information, but he looks into your eyes and says the things he says. He doesn't look, we don't know what he's talking about. I don't know, if he's got the gift of gab or whatever, but I know that you have to really believe that he is trustworthy in the things that you need in order to make a relationship work are worth it. Not, I could work with this. Right? Like, that's not the attitude you want. He not as bad as he used to be. I hate him less. If somebody told me that, I'm good. I'm good. I would rather walk into a place where I wasn't hated at all. But that's too outside perspective speaking from this far away. You are right there, baby. Let us know what you're thinking. I want to know after, because I feel like we gave you information and we gave you advice. What do you think about what we're saying? Are we tripping, or do you think this is something where you need to actually pursue? I think there is some forgiveness in your heart for sure. I think you worked on yourself, but I think there's a level of trust that you have to figure out how much trust you need in order to make the relationship work. Because there are things in our Yvette and I's relationship where she probably doesn't trust me with, and vice versa. You know what I mean? But we're still willing to work within that and give each other the opportunity to earn trust and do, or forgive and just like, oh, okay, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. The other day, this was like 3 weeks ago. This is probably 2 months ago. I'm sorry. Somebody goes, Yvette goes, babe, this book is coming out. Just let me know what you need. I'll be there. I'm going to be there. I'm going to do whatever you need me to do. Right? And then she goes, oh, this Sunday, I'm leading a Girl Scout group. And I go, you don't have time for me. And Yvette was really telling me, hey, I want to help you. But I knew in my mind, I'm like, she's about to embark on a journey with her daughter in this Girl Scout thing. She doesn't even know what the thing is asking her to do yet. She just signed up for it. She don't know what she just signed up for. And I know my wife well enough to know when she giving more than she knows she gonna get, or she giving more than she knows she's gonna give. So I was like, I got it. Don't worry about it. I know she'll help me, and I'll ask her for help if she can, but I'm not relying on her. Is this hurting your feelings?
Mm-mm.
Is it true?
Yeah. Short answer.
And I wasn't, and it the thing is too, I watch her glow when she's doing the Girl Scout thing. It's like, It's like Yvette's inner child is playing with her daughter. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever
really
seen.
sweet to say.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I don't know who's more excited to get their sashes on or vests on, whatever, but they are, when they're ready to go, they are ready to go. And it is the cutest thing ever. And I would never want to rob her of that by saying, you told me you were going to do this. Don't do that. Nah, you deserve that. You deserve that right now. And I could figure this out, and I'll figure it out, and then you'll be better for it. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
I love you so much. I do so much.
Love you too, babe. Okay.
All right. Let's talk about Patreon.
Okay, so on Patreon, we're going to talk a little bit more about this quote.
One of the greatest marriage quotes I've ever heard. Check it out.
What percentage of marriages do you think are actually salvageable?
Outside of extreme abuse and just narcissistic Looney Tunes, any couple can sit down and swipe the table clean and say, the marriage we had is over. You and I can choose to build something new today. One of my favorite marriage quotes of all time is from Esther Perel. She says, most adults have 4 or 5 great loves in their adult lifetime. And if you work really hard, that will be with the same person.
Oh, I love
I'm
that.
a radically different man than the 24-year-old knucklehead that my wife married. Thank God, right? And I'm only better because she has continued to iron sharpens iron and has continued to stay in the fire and saying, I see something in you don't even see, and has continued to call me out when I need to be called out, and continued to say, I'm going to stay in this when it's hard. And when I start getting sideways, to say, I love you too much. It's not this. You will, if it had just been, you will do what I say, my marriage would have been over 20 times.
I was kind of wanting for us to chat about like who are the different versions, or just reflect on the different versions or the different people that we've been married to. But we've always said who you marry is not who you end up with, and I feel like it goes along those same lines. But yeah, so maybe we can talk about that on Patreon.
Okay, cool. How married are you?
I'm so married that I noticed, I don't know, I just needed to have something in my life loaded in the, what is that called?
Holster
For when Glenn was out of it. And so the other day I was at the store and I was like, you know what? Let me just grab these 5-hour energy drinks and put them in my purse. And usually I buy them and I give them to him. But this time I bought them and I kept them because I wanted to have them for when I could read the room and acknowledge that he really needs this right now. And so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Nah, because I'll be sleepy.
Yeah.
I'll be sleepy. Lately I've been like, I'm going down. Like when we went camping, I took a nap.
Yeah.
And I just went and the kids were screaming. And
outside the tent. We were like, did you really get a nap?
I slept for like an hour and a half. And then yesterday, I took a nap.
You did?
I've been
Where
napping.
was I yesterday?
Remember you were like, were you just downstairs? I was like, no, I've been in the bed
I was juicing.
Yeah, I've been sleepy. And so I've been fighting the urge to even get an energy drink because I'm like, one, I know they're like really unhealthy for you. But like if I'm sleepy, just go to sleep instead of trying to stay up. Because that's what I was trying to do, was like, I'm trying to push through this edit. Just go to sleep, bro.
Just go to sleep. Just listen to your body. When you're hungry, eat. When you have to go pee, go pee.
Yeah, because I took the boys to hockey practice, and I was on the way home, and I stopped to get some gas, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go in there and grab an energy drink that way I can stay up and edit throughout the day. And then it was a bunch of weirdos, man, in the gas station. And sometimes when I run into weirdos, man, I'm just kind of like, I deserve better. I turn around, walk away.
Is that what you did?
Babe, the other day, let me tell you something real quick. I was trying to clean the car out, and I pull up to, you know how you get gas, and then you get like a discount on the car wash. Well, I was like, I'm going to vacuum first and then go to the car wash. But it was somebody like, it was like a unhoused person like laying across the lanes where the vacuums were. I was like, ugh. And that's no offense to any unhoused people, but I just was like, I don't feel like interacting with this person. Like, excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you obviously sleepy. So I went to the car wash first. Then I went to get gas. And then I vacuumed.
Was he still there?
No, she was not.
Oh, my
anyway.
gosh. How married are you, my love?
I'm so married. Today you spilled beet juice on the carpet. She was just like, she kept saying that this morning. I need you to clean up after me. I was like, what does that mean? It felt so like, I was like, this is an interesting way to ask for help.
Is that what I said?
Yeah,
I did
you
say that.
said that. You said that.
Oh my god.
And it was like you were trying to train me.
No, it was like, no.
No, because right before she left, she was like, she was in the kitchen cooking the kids breakfast, getting their lunch stuff. And she was like, babe, I need you to clean up after me. And I was like, okay. She's like, put this stuff away and clean it out and that. I was like, all right. So I did that. And then she spilled beet juice in the bathroom on the carpet in our room. And I was like, what? And she was like, I need you to clean up after me. Second time, I'm kind of like, oh my God, am I being trained for something?
And you know what's funny is today when I came back after dropping the kids home, I went to use our bathroom and I stepped on the carpet and it was wet. And I got frustrated and I was like, oh, he cleaned up after me. He cleaned up the beet juice.
Man, that was crazy.
And that's just how married we are.